it out, Poodle. I'm just going to let you.
What?
I know you're so excited. Just say it.
I don't have anything to say.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, I'm calling a new relationship name, and it is Maxa. Maxa. Micah and Max.
As soon as I saw them together, I
Maxa.
thought, I'm just going to have to be silent the first 5 minutes of the podcast.
I'm not going to lie. I say I need to go excuse myself in an interior room. I had to excuse myself within the first 10 minutes of this show.
Wow.
Little bit of inside knowledge there.
Wow. Well, at least your hands look soft.
Yes, several applications.
Wow.
Let's just say.
Okay, that's descriptive. Y'all, welcome to... It's back.
Welcome to Plathville's back.
Welcome to Plathville.
Welcome to WTP.
WTP. I hope someone
DPs.
sucks some D's. Y'all, it's season...
They could DP me.
Season 3, episode 1. What's up, sugar bum? Oh.
Okay. Let me just say, besides the overt homosexual undertones,
oh my God,
let's be honest, you didn't have to sell me on this show.
You didn't have to.
I'm already in.
We already love with Moriah, Moriah, and with what's Ethan's wife's name?
Olivia.
Come on.
Oh, she's got that hair.
Oh, her hair looks amazing.
Her hair is amazing.
I love the color,
y'all. Shit has gone down since the last season. So if you're jumping into this show for the first time, first of all, you should go back and listen to all of our Plathville
this
recaps.
First episode is on our free feed.
Yes.
So, but the rest, the rest are going to be on the Patreon or Supercast at the $8 tier.
It's such a good show.
It is.
It's such a good show.
It's a very good show.
And it's not one of those shows that's just about families with a lot of children. This show is bigger than that. We're not interested in just doing multiple shows.
I don't want to watch Duggars, etc., or whatever shit like that.
And some of those shows are fun, like the Dorico show, but this is about culture, religion, isolation. This is bigger themes.
Feminism, cults. They're not a cult, but it's about cults.
Gay undertones, and a lot of them.
I'm going to say this now, and Poodle's not going to like this. Max and Micah are very straight men. And
and straight men can show other straight men affection. I've seen it a lot on Sean Cody.
Yeah. By the way,
you go to SeanCody.com, you will see supposedly straight men showing each other affection.
Yeah.
Usually without clothes on.
Sean Cody is gay porn, and one of our listeners posted the Sean Cody logo on a picture of Max and Micah.
And it is so accurate.
It's so accurate.
That is 2009 or 8 Sean Cody to a T.
I screamed at my phone, and I literally set my phone down and applauded them.
Good job.
Good job. If we can help people make gay porn memes, we've done our job.
As I wrote on Twitter, this is indicative and reminiscent of such a pure time in gay pornography on the internet.
Yes, yes.
It was a naive time, y'all.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And now we got so many things. We got cousinfucker.com.
We've got
Tim Tales.
realitygaze.com. Y'all remember, if you want us, go to realitygazepodcast.com because we couldn't get realitygaze.com.
But if you want
bad gay
if you want
porn.
bad methed out gay porn, seriously, it's not even entertaining.
No, go to realitygaze.com or don't. Don't go to the website because then they won't let us buy it from them.
Won't let us. Don't go.
We're trying to buy it.
I wonder if some Carl swipe ever sent them a message.
I don't know.
That says, "Hey,
someone was.
Do you know where reality gays are?"
Someone from GoDaddy was supposed to, but they never emailed us back.
GoDaddy needs to do better.
We would offer them hundreds of dollars for it. We thought that was a good price.
We offered them over $1,000. I
think
believe
we did actually.
Yeah, that's kind of normal.
Yeah, I think it was like $1,100. But anyway, they didn't care.
They're much more.
Like, nope.
They would much rather make very, very disrespectful trans porn.
Some guy in Florida, in Tampa, who can't see his dick would rather make money from this.
It's true. So y'all, like we said, if you haven't seen Plathville before and you want to jump in on season 3, I highly, highly recommend watching. The first season is 8 episodes. The second is 10.
And we've also specified, we talked about this a lot in second season, and I think it helps kind of with this season. If you haven't listened to the Kate Casey interview with, not Moriah, with, I don't know
Ethan
the name
and
yet,
Olivia.
with Ethan and Olivia, highly recommend, because they actually talk about their marital troubles in that interview.
Did you just say you don't know the names yet?
It takes me a while to get familiarized again. You know how I am with names.
Okay.
I just want to say pretty brown hair and blonde beard.
What is that? Blonde
Ethan,
beard.
he's got that blonde beard.
Oh, I thought
blonde
you pointed
beard.
at me.
No, your beard's gray.
It is not. How dare you? It has some gray in it. Be it better than white like yours. White like yours, Santa Claus. And you're just as useless. I just called Santa Claus useless.
He's not.
I don't know. He never brought me anything I asked for.
Yeah.
Well, granted, I did ask for a lot of My Little Ponies,
Yep,
so
My Little Ponies,
maybe,
yeah.
maybe he was trying to spare me some humiliation.
And that big G.I. Joe doll that you could take its clothes off.
I did. There were some things that I asked for, but some things like color forms and artistic craft things, I got like 1 or 2 of those. But I think Santa Claus was trying to do his best.
Do you want me to get you a My Little Pony poodle?
I had My Little Ponies, but not the ones that I wanted.
You wanted like the pink ones or the purple ones?
Maybe.
They were called like Star Cruiser.
I think I wanted the ones that weren't boys.
Oh, they were called like Galaxy Leaner or whatever.
Galaxy Leaner.
I don't know. They had the weirdest name.
Now My Little Pony's like in, because like freedom is magic, friendship is magic. We've talked about bronies before, straight males who love My Little Ponies.
My Little Pony, yeah. Can we go to one of those conventions?
I think they're strange, probably. You know what?
Okay.
I shouldn't say that.
We don't know.
I don't know any actual bronies, so I don't know.
Maybe.
Where were we?
We've had sex with a lot of other people. So yeah. So that you were saying they could catch up. So let's jump into now. I don't think we have any announcements, and who cares? I'm excited to talk about this show.
There's something. I guess we don't have to talk about it now. We should say that 90 Day Fiance, our other show, the main show that we cover, has a UK variant.
Oh yes. Yes. And we're
Probably shouldn't say variant these days.
No.
It's kind of a comedy killer.
But they're going across the pond, and so they're casting people. And we've got to post that on our Instagram.
Yeah, if you live in the United Kingdom, which is Wales, Northern Ireland, and not Ireland.
We were wrong.
The Republic of Ireland.
We apologize. But
we had some Irish sissies. Yeah, we had some Irish sissies come out of the woodwork, say, "I joined this group just so I could read you for filth."
And we took care. And believe me, we're announcing it now. There will be an Ireland.
Yeah.
I can't say the word Ireland apology tour.
Yes. The Irish sissies have been in mass the whole day.
And really, Poodle didn't really need a reason to fuck his way across Ireland.
Yeah, I guess they still listened after spending so much time in the Guinness factory.
We got to move on. Anyway, so y'all, that's that announcement. We'll be putting that on the follow us at Reality Gaze Podcast for all of that information. Let's jump in. So y'all, remember last episode ended with Ethan and his father
getting
Barry
aggro with his dad,
and
it was hot.
They showed that, and Ethan was like, "You're not going to talk to her like this." And it's this very dramatic scene. He said goodbye to Barry, goodbye to Kim, goodbye to the kids. They're all hugging in the driveway. They drive off, and Olivia says, "Well, I guess it's just going to be you and I together, like doing it our way, like Laverne and Shirley.
And they hold hands like Thelma and Louise, but they don't drive off the cliff.
Spoiler alert.
Yet.
And so then they drive off, and then we see 6 months later.
6 months later.
The producer said, it seems like y'all were in a good place. What happened since?
And Ethan says, I don't know if I can do this. And then it says,
welcome to Plathville. And it says, welcome to Plathville. And we go, ah!
And so we zoom in on Micah and Moriah's house.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all, first of all, her bed is still on the floor. Her mattress,
y'all,
she's just sleeping on a mattress like she's Mimi in Rent.
She is. And I just have to say, this house is abysmal.
It's a mess. There's
like a folding table up against the hallway.
It looks like a bad college house.
They've been making money.
Yeah.
They're making money. Micah's making good money modeling. Moriah's got.
I would start a GoFundMe to get Moriah a bed frame. Just even a small one.
I would too.
I'm still upset by the mattress on the floor.
We could do it. We could get it from Wayfair or heck, even Ollie's. Ollie's says
we're not
frames.
talking.
I can get a one in Ardmore when I go with my dad.
It'll probably smell bad.
It probably will.
So anyway, of course Max is there. They've been dating for a year. Max with his sturdy German dick.
Okay, Moriah has 282,000 followers. She could start to get some influencer shit.
Yeah, I think that's her next step.
Maybe. Max has 44,000.
I will say, I would have thought by now that her makeup choices would start loosening up. Would be a little less.
The application is better. Like, as far as how she puts on, it's just still a little heavy. And I think her lashes are a lot.
It is the middle of the afternoon and she's making her bed.
But then I kind of thought, y'all, maybe because I watched it the same day. Wait a minute. Is Moriah going to grow up and be the Southern Darcy or Stacy?
No.
I kind of would be here for it.
I think she's been strangely raised too well.
She's a strong woman. Strong will.
I think she's got a little more. There's the Silva twins were led astray somehow. They all watched Pretty Woman way too many times.
Which Moriah never got to see that.
No, because she's like, I don't like old movies.
Well, no, her parents literally would never see a movie about a prostitute.
So,
sex worker. Sex worker now in the movie it was called a prostitute.
She does call herself.
Yes, sorry.
Commission, bye-bye. So
that movie was very influential on you, wasn't it?
I never saw it until like about 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I thought you would want some of those thigh-high boots.
I've never worn those, but that's a good idea. So Matt, and she's like, help me make bed. And he's making her bed. And she's like, you're just my bro. And he's like, I'm your bro. And then he's like, I've never kissed a bro before. And I went, oh, in my head, you have lots of them.
Lots of them. And so they're kind of that annoying in love, but I'm not annoyed because I love them so much. And if you've watched the earlier seasons, you know how hard this was for Moriah to get this life.
And to be a little vulnerable enough to let Max in.
Yes. And so she even said, last year I was going through a lot of changes. She said, I feel very lost. She said, I'm a tiny bit more stable. Yeah. But... And she's
still going through the strawberry wine phase, y'all.
Don't remember, last year is when they had their first kiss.
Yes.
Remember that episode?
Yes.
That is one of the most moving episodes of television.
Moriah, y'all, I watch her and I'm like, this would have been me as a teenage girl.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh.
And I would have been Lydia in a prayer closet, let's be honest.
You would have.
Yeah, I would have been Lydia.
That's exactly who we would be.
Oh, yeah, it's us. I think that's why we relate to them so much.
If I had been born female, oh my God, I would be Moriah.
Yeah.
If I would have been raised as like she would have, I would have been pretty high. If I would have been raised any ways instead of extremely Christian, I would have been so slutty. Like not even like slutty in a way that.
But you are slutty now.
Yeah, but I was started earlier.
Oh, okay. Okay. You would have had
a lot earlier.
You would have had the confidence earlier.
Yeah.
You'd also probably would have stopped when you got pregnant.
That's right. Oh, God, I have so many kids.
The way you forget to take medicine now.
I know.
You would totally forget to take your pill.
Yeah. It's better that I wasn't born a woman.
It's better.
It's a lot. It's better. Yeah.
It's better. So they basically, so she had her first kiss, and she's like, it hasn't stopped since. We don't know if they've done the deed. I don't think they have. That's not really of our business.
You know who has? Micah. He done fucked. He fucked.
Okay, I wanted to get to that later, but does he say that he had sex?
No, but we're going to talk about it. I'll say how he said it.
You have okay. So
I mean, I want to say though, this is so interesting. She says this. She's like, I love kissing him because I was raised with so little physical touch.
So yes, so if you're new to this show, we don't need to go all into it, but this show basically
these are very conservative, Christian people,
evangelical Christian people,
but not just normal evangelical. They don't do movies. They don't do
books.
Yeah,
they don't certain books. They don't do music. They only were able to listen to Christian music. So like y'all,
classical only.
They didn't read Harry Potter.
No,
they didn't read Anne of Green Gables.
They don't know
any of that.
Who any stars are.
No, they don't know any of this. They were kind of like because right now they live more in town, but before they lived even farther out in the woods. On the farm, away from everyone. So they really had no idea of this.
Yep.
And so if you forget last episode, remember when Kim freaked out when Moriah brought Max over for the first time, and she was like, she was
acting like
whispered,
a teenage girl.
Did you kiss?
Yes.
Like a fucking teenage girl.
Well, and this just tells you how emotionally stunted the parents are.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because Micah even said to them last season, I feel like you guys just did not equip us for the real world.
Yes.
And I think that's what they were talking about by physical touch and intimacy. It's because the parents... Our conservative Christianity teaches you that the world and the flesh are bad things, that you need to keep your mind on godly matters, and it puts the world and flesh and physicality into a different place, and it teaches you that it's kind of inferior to everything else. So I understand what she's talking about here.
And it's interesting the way, because whereas Micah and Moriah... they have this curiosity about. So, like when they discover new things, they're quick to change.
Yep.
They're quick to adapt. Whereas Ethan is much harder. It's almost, I think, that Micah and Moriah they searched out and they needed to go outside.
Yeah. Ethan was dragged out by Olivia.
Yes, was dragged out, and I think he is grateful for it in a lot of ways. But if they had married somebody within their family, I think he would still be there.
He would be. And I think you can it's really interesting. I'm not going to really talk about if you take the 4 oldest kids, they're all, I think you can put Moriah and Micah in the same kind of vein, but Ethan and Olivia are still very different. Those two, because Ethan is someone who didn't have a lot of... Emotionally, he doesn't have any way to express himself before this. Now he's finally starting to get it. And now we see an Ethan, you guys, who doesn't smile because he actually knows how brutal the world can be. And he actually is feeling it.
And he also doesn't feel like he has to smile.
Right.
Before it's like, well, trials and tribulations,
right.
The good Lord helps you. You know, that's the kind of thing he was dealt with before.
It's kind of like...
He's like, one day, y'all, the real world is going to... whether it's going to be 5 years from now or 30, the real world is going to hit Lydia, and she's going to cry in her bed for 2 weeks.
But I love Lydia because we understand... We can kind of... We can see someone who has such an open heart... who just, but it's all towards Christianity and one way. And she does take everything very personally. The one thing I was thinking, that smiling thing you were talking about, if you've known, Utah is the Happy Valley.
Yeah.
So everyone's smiling.
Yeah.
And you get someone away from Utah, who is, LDS or something like that. And they either become, who's not surrounded with all LDS people. Mm-hmm. Then they realize they don't have to smile all the time. Mm-hmm. It's very interesting. Because you've been to Salt Lake City, haven't you?
No, I've never been to Salt. But
I've been the smiliest place you've ever been.
But I've heard just from friends that I have, I oddly have a lot of Mormon friends in LA.
But when you move out, you realize, I don't have to do this all the time.
I can tell, though, we've had some that have lived in LA and some that literally have just moved to Utah.
Just got from there.
And they're like, I'll be like, hey, Bridget, I need you to transcribe this 100-page document for this attorney, and he needs it by tomorrow morning. Okay, I'm so happy to do that. Cut 2 years, she's like, that motherfucker. I'm like, I know. Y'all, cubicle warrior stories.
Environment is everything.
So so Max is saying, I think Moriah's gotten a lot more independent and focused on her life. Y'all, they're in love, and they're wrestling on the bread, and then
pillow fight,
and then brother Micah knocks on the door and, hey, what y'all doing?
Pillow fight. Now, I don't know if you saw this.
Oh, Jesus. I think I did. Did your
sling,
your
and
Sling
that's the
TV,
Sling service.
Sync TV.
Let's clarify.
Yeah. You know what? This happened on my Discovery Plus.
Okay.
It kind of just went kind of staticky.
And so Moriah said, I got to go get ready.
Yeah.
You guys continue pillow fighting, preferably with your shirts off.
She said, let me go launder those shirts for you.
Yeah.
They took off their shirts. She walked out of the room, shut the door, and then what happened, Poodle?
Then basically, Max hits Micah with a pillow. Strangely, his pants fall off.
Oh. And then Micah says, you're not going to do that to me, bro.
You're going to get me, bro.
He pulls down his pants,
him.
And then he doesn't use a pillow. He instead slaps Max with his humongous balls.
Yes, because and by now Max's dick is engorged.
Yes.
And he's sturdy German dick, as I've called it.
Ja, das ist gut.
Ja.
And so he says, hey, let me take care of that for you. And he said, I'm going to slap your pillow. And by pillow, he meant Micah's beautifully shaped, arched ass with light blonde little fur on it.
Yes. I kind of passed out somewhere.
I just woke up and the bucket of lube was empty and over my head.
Y'all, it's like they're fucking with us here. In the next scene, they're sitting there. This was the Sean Cody scene.
And it's all okay because everyone's over 18.
And they're like brothers. So,
and even Micah says in his kind
brothers don't have sex unless you watch a lot of gay porn.
Unless you watch gay porn. So Micah's saying, hey, he's talking his testimony. He's like, we just kind of, or is it Max? Who's talking on the couch?
They're together, and he's like, what's up, sugar bum? He calls.
Max walks in. He's like, hey. And he's like, what's up, sugar bum? And I went, and they talk about, y'all, they're very competitive. And it shows they have often, with their shirts off, push-up competitions. And then, did your TV go a little staticky? Okay. And then suddenly, Mike is sitting on a chair with his dick in his hand, and it's a split screen.
I was surprised this was allowed.
Yeah. And then Max says, "You want to bait, bro?" And I was like, "Wow." Didn't know he knew what the word bait meant, but apparently Micah says, "Yeah."
You can Google bait, especially bait bros.
Bait bro. There's got to be a website called Bait Bro.
P.S. It's gay porn. Oh, it has to be.
It has to be. And so, y'all, suddenly they're just watching each other and beating their dicks.
Yeah, and one says
what? And what's the competition?
The competition is who can come the fastest.
Okay,
and whoever comes the fastest gets to come in the other's eye.
Oh, look cockeyed.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yep. And guess what? He breaks the rules because he comes in his ear.
Oh.
Who knew?
If you're still here, we're going to keep going.
I can't hear you. I have an ear infection.
Y'all, we're just going to, if you're still here, wow.
If you're still here, you're not doing it right.
Anyway, y'all, so.
Y'all, this is
love each other.
More homoerotic than F-Boy Island that we just watched.
True.
I don't know why this is the most homophobic or homoerotic show on television.
Paradise
but
has
I'm
not
not
been lost.
mad at it. Anyway, and Moriah says once they get the girl, they stop trying to be attractive.
Yeah.
So more like they spend more time by themselves.
So let's talk about some real shit. So
Micah's keeping relationships casual, and he signed with a large agency. He loves modeling.
And he's been Miami a lot. Y'all, he's even been
Miami.
on Miami. He's even been on
We've seen him,
gay mags.
Yeah.
Like
I've been alerted.
He was on the cover. Poodle has a Google alert for Michael Plath.
Maybe.
Who doesn't?
The magazine was kind of like Nasty Gay Boy or something like that.
No, it wasn't. It was just called like it was like
Faggots Monthly.
It wasn't Nasty Gay Boy. It was like a reputable gay magazine. Like that's like an art model, but he's on there totally shirtless. And I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think his dick is that big in real life, or do you think they pad it in the underwear?
I think they pad it.
Because it looks humongous.
I think his balls are really big.
I think his balls are huge.
Yeah.
Just, he's got Barry's baby-making balls.
Swing. That was so disgusting. I think Ethan has the bigger penis out of those two.
Yeah, for sure.
How do we start talking about the male cast member's penis?
How did we get here?
What the hell? We can't sing that. You usually yell at me.
We can't. So, anyway, we've got to talk about something substantive before we actually go to a commercial.
Have we been blabbing for 30 minutes?
Yes, about dick.
God.
Wait. That's every show. For that listener who wanted to submit a Facebook comment to say, they never talk about anything on the show. Sorry.
I don't know what to tell you, honey.
It's like when people say, talk just about the show and don't sing songs. You're listening to the wrong podcast. Not familiar. Anyway, so they're going to getting ready because the three of them are going over to
Plathville
because they met up last season and it's Barry's birthday. Now, we do bring up, Moriah brings up, she says, kind of watching, she says, I don't think she fully understands the complexity, but she said watching Ethan hold a grudge has been an example for her. And she said, I don't really want to do that. Yeah. I don't want to carry that around. I don't think he's holding a grudge. I think he's
setting boundaries.
And I think he's processing trauma.
Right.
But I get it. If you're Micah and Moriah, both kind of are like, let's let bygones be bygones. Let's move on. And so
before they're going to go over there, though.
Oh yeah.
Max takes Micah aside. Hey, bro. Before we go,
well, I just want to say we don't have more time for a scene.
Okay. Before you go, can you see if this looks normal on my dick? Should it be this hard at 2 in the afternoon?
This show is going to be so long.
And what do I do about it?
Well, in my experience, I've noticed if you just let someone
put their mouth on it,
and
like you suck out the snake like venom when someone has a snake bite.
Pa taught me this the one time when that copperhead bit me on the peterhead. Oh, okay. You just.
And then later on, after they had spilled their ejaculate, both of them, Max asked Micah what her ring size was.
Yeah. By the way,
that's very incidental to the scene, though.
Yeah.
That was like the least important thing that happened in the scene. not the cocksucking.
If they're listening to this episode, because this is on the free feed.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sorry. But, Max, Moriah,
I forget
Micah, we'd love for you to come on the show.
I forget that these episodes are on the free feed.
Yes.
And I'm absolutely quite free with how disgusting I am. More than normal.
They're probably going to listen to this.
No, they won't.
They won't. We love them. We love them all.
I would love to have Moriah on.
Oh, she's an inspiration.
I think she might be a little
Mike is too.
Freaked out by talking to two older gay men.
Ironically, I think give her a couple of years.
Olivia, though.
Lydia could roll with it.
Yeah, Lydia would be great with it.
Oh, Olivia would be like our people.
I know.
Anyway, y'all, she is an inspiration.
So they are going. They're going to. He's going to get her a promise ring. We've talked at length about promise rings.
I want to say something.
Yes.
In this instance, I'm not.
I'm kind of okay with it.
I usually say I only like promise rings for people like going to serve in the military. In this instance, y'all, Max comes from a family like Moriah's too, doesn't he? Olivia did.
Olivia did kind of, no, Max is from a kind of Christian family as well.
So here's the deal. The fact that I actually think that Max knows he's not ready to get married right now, but wants something to show
is a good thing.
Yes,
commitment.
To show Moriah that he's committed to her, and he doesn't want to put it on a ring finger. He wants to get her a pinky ring.
Right.
I'm fine with it. I like it.
It at least shows forethought behind it.
Yes.
And it also doesn't kind of like take her off the market. Like,
no.
Yeah, he's doing it so he will show her how in he is.
It's not about him claiming anything.
No.
Y'all, if your boyfriend gets you a promise ring that looks like an engagement ring that you wear on your wedding finger, he's never going to marry you. Sorry.
It's true. It's true. I'm sorry if you needed to hear that.
He just wants to put it on your finger to show everybody she's mine.
And probably use it as an excuse to get sexual favors if you're that kind of.
Or and he's too cheap to buy you a real wedding ring, or he's too scared to commit.
Yep. It is kind of in the middle there. For Christian conservative culture, I understand it more. But,
I do.
I still don't like it.
Did your girlfriends end up getting promise rings to Jesus?
It was a thing that girls were promised to Jesus.
They'd get the rings,
and
they wouldn't.
I remember one girl saying, "Does he wear one too?" When one girl said she was promised to Jesus.
Wow.
She's like, "Oh yeah, that's my commitment to Jesus. Does he wear one as well?" Wow, she was swift, that one.
Yeah, she's had a good life. So, Max. So they're going to figure out that Max says he's going to get Lydia to help him try to figure out how to get her ring size.
Yes, and so that's the big. And then Micah says, "Yeah, I'm not really interested in." And also they're going to go to Lydia to get it.
Yeah, they're going to talk to Lydia. Yeah.
And so Micah says, "Well, my siblings are really winning with their relationships, but I've scored more."
So is that him saying he had sex?
Yes.
And the producer
what are you from Grover's Corners? What does he have to say? When I fucked her.
Not that we need to know about their sex life, but because that is so, I kind of feel like he should let us know, and maybe send a video. I feel like that's just.
No,
it's just investigative journalism.
That was his way of communicating that he's had sex.
Wow.
Yeah. I picked it up right away.
Micah is like, we talk so much about Moriah.
He's in the world. Y'all, Micah is in the world.
He really is inspiring as well, because also, not only is he having sex, we assume with women, but when he does, he's a fantastic model.
Yeah, it's good.
He really looks like a different person when he models, and he does so many gay homoerotic things, and I'm just he's so just willing to jump into anything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty shocked.
Gives me some ideas. what he's willing to jump
Okay, I'm talking about how inspiring he is, that he's...
in fact, we should take a commercial because I need to go to the restroom.
When we get back, we're going to talk about real life hitting home.
And I'll be clear-headed.
For Ethan and Olivia. Feel better?
Better, yeah.
So
need a nap.
Who doesn't? So Olivia, Olivia's returning. She's a photographer. She's does
been on
wedding, event photographer. So she's traveling a lot. Oh my God, I would love her to photograph my wedding. That would be great.
I don't think you could afford her.
That's a read, and it hits hard and true.
She probably goes, gay weddings, no thanks.
No, that's not true. She would love gay weddings.
Would. She would. You're right.
She would be like, oh my God.
Or she would probably critique all your choices as basic because you would make
true.
You would make really basic choices.
She's got very great style. I do not.
So they are.
She's coming home. Ethan's there. And
they haven't talked in a week, which is a long time for a married couple.
That's a very long time. So she basically says she's been going to therapy.
And the processing his anger changed him.
Yeah, Ethan has come up with all this anger, like we talked about earlier. This has changed him. It's changed who he is. He's grappling with this, and she said he used to use humor for everything.
Because y'all, once you start processing what's actually done to you, and not saying, "Oh, it was my family," "Oh, that just had to be because it was my family,"
or it's just fine. They did their best.
But once you actively say, "You know what? That wasn't fair. That wasn't fair, and it wasn't my fault." That's when that's the first step. Anger. That's the first step of processing.
And it doesn't necessarily need to be their fault. This is their fault in this case, but it's just feeling that anger and processing,
and it's still ongoing because
it's exhausting.
His mother is using his younger siblings as leverage against him,
and that's still what.
And that's unforgivable.
It's y'all remember? If
she's trash, y'all. She's fucking awful.
Y'all. If you don't remember, Kim. If you don't remember, he can't see his younger siblings because the parents are scared, almost
of
like
their influence,
like they're fucking gonna touch their kids or some shit.
But the whole thing has been the parents want to regulate whatever influence people have over their kids.
Yes.
So if there is a negative outside influence, whether it's TV or boys that Moriah shouldn't talk to, or someone, they can keep the kids away because they're in charge of the family.
Yep.
It's fucked up.
It's fucked up, and they're gross. So Barry's just as gross, but he kind of puts it off on Kim.
Right.
But she's, y'all. I mean, remember, y'all, she ran over her kid, and she hasn't even processed it hardly.
Boy.
Like, that doesn't leave you...
Yeah.
Bless her heart.
Accidentally. Let's clarify.
But still, so...
it's hard to get over that.
But... we talked about that a lot last episode. That she kind of
so he basically Ethan's saying he didn't get a lot out of therapy because it was talking to a stranger.
She asked him to go to therapy,
and when he
went one time,
right?
We should specify, and he said talking to a stranger about his problems really didn't do anything. He said it sucked, and she said, "Well, will you try to go again?" And Ethan said, "Maybe."
Yeah.
I always recommend y'all, for anyone, I've said this about AA meetings or Al-Anon, but whatever when you're trying something, this really anything, try it. I would say try it 3 times. And go to a therapist once. If you like them, great. If you don't like them, go to another therapist. Mm-hmm. And if you like them, then maybe go to 2 or 3 sessions and give it 3 times. And so because
it doesn't happen immediately.
Now, I will say therapy is not for everyone.
Yeah.
But therapy is not for everyone, but everyone can find a use from therapy.
Yeah. Just to, y'all, because this is someone you pay just to talk about you.
Well, and honestly, in Ethan's case, so if Ethan came to me and he wanted to deal with anger, I would actually refer him out to a trauma therapist.
Yeah.
Because what he experienced is very traumatic. And I think probably needs someone who's specialized in just someone that's used to deep trauma or cults. I mean, this is like something.
Yeah, it is cult behavior.
I mean, I can read about it and I can learn about it, but I don't have the years' experience. Now, if you wanted to talk about hiding your gayness, let's roll.
Because that's something you could teach a class on. Actually, you never really hit it.
Yeah, I never really hit it. So, anyway, we'll see. But Ethan says the way I handle things is the way, ironically, which probably pisses him off even more, he handles things the way his father handled things. He goes out and works on something.
Yep.
He does the way my dad does
and
stuff.
And you get out of the situation of it.
The way my
it's
dad
just
processes
avoidance.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
You avoid it, and then you go physically work out the feeling, and then you feel better. And
right.
maybe you have some thoughts on it while you're mowing the lawn or while you're thinking. I get that.
Right.
But this isn't just something like, oh, man, I'm pissed that, I'm pissed that my wife forgot to tape,
Magnum PI
on the TiVo. This is a lifetime of trauma.
I agree.
Anyway, but it's really weird because Olivia's like, well, okay, are we good? Or, what else is going on? And he's like, well, he's just kind of sitting there shut down. And Olivia then says, okay, well, I'm going to start packing. And then we find out that we mentioned last year they went and looked at that house.
That they did not get.
With
those two women.
Those two realtors. Which y'all go to our Instagram for that theater. So
I can't remember what their names were.
No.
They had a lot to say.
So now Olivia wants to move to Tallahassee, Florida, y'all. Right?
As opposed to what?
Well, I don't know.
Tallahassee, Colorado?
There could be a Tallahassee, Georgia.
No, there's only one.
Because where they are, they're not far from the Panhandle of Florida. So, which is a big city. Ethan, he's a farm town guy. He wants to stay in a small town.
I would say in a rural area.
And this is honestly more. Olivia says we are both stuck, but we both have a different plan. And when you both have different plans, then that's how you grow apart.
Right.
And honestly, I watched this and I went, I don't know if they're going to make it.
I
never thought that before.
Well, here's the thing, y'all. It's really hard to be with someone. To be in a relationship with someone who's going through all these changes, because you don't know what they're going to. You don't know who the person you're going to meet the next day, and
this isn't. For Olivia too, because she grew up from a strict family as well.
Yeah,
it's not as if they got married when they were. I think they were 18 or 19. They got married.
I think that's right. Yeah,
it's not as if y'all. What was their emotional age? Probably for both of them.
14, 15.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
She a little bit more than
remember,
him.
Ethan said his dad never talked about sex ever.
Until the
night before his wedding.
That's a way to do a disservice to your kids.
So these kids are going through imagine.
And they didn't have friends really to talk about it. Because they didn't know anything about sex. Because it's not like
any friends they did have were told not to talk about it either.
Yes, when I was in school, when we had to after Gifted and Talented, we got to go up and do our homework, and we looked up sex in the encyclopedia like two normal people.
That's what normal kids do.
I know,
y'all. It's this. Imagine getting
and
married.
Heard about George Michael getting a gerbil up his butt. Or not George Michael, Richard Gere.
I knew I should have stopped him.
That's how we learned about stuff.
George Michael had sex in a bathroom.
Oh.
Like every red-blooded gay man.
I was like, oh, what's wrong with that?
What's the problem?
Where's the lie?
But imagine, though, basically, y'all, this is like they got married at 13 or 14 years of age, and they've still been... imagine that.
So, y'all, it is Barry's 53rd birthday. I can't believe he's only 53.
Looks older.
Yeah. And, y'all, she's making Caribbean seafood stew.
Good for her.
Which sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
It sounds like something she got like in like the church book, and it has like canned shrimp. I think I did see real shrimp though. Like everything is canned.
Can you buy canned shrimp?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Oh my!
You buy canned everything.
Oh my God!
You buy canned clams.
Yeah, you can't buy beef tamales.
You buy a whole chicken in a can.
You can?
Yeah.
Wow. I bet that tastes really gross.
I'm sure it's terrible. I've never had it. I've seen it on Chopped when they've had to use a chicken in a can.
Ooh.
I know. So they see...
How did they get this? You know what? That's a different show.
I was wondering where we're going to get there. So Isaac is real tall now, y'all.
He is.
He's going to be... Well, Papa Plath's tall.
He's tall. They're tall, good-looking families. So
Mama Plath's got these styling blue glasses now.
But the main thing is, y'all, Lydia has had a glow up. She looks gorgeous.
She's got lashes, y'all.
She's got lashes.
She's got mascara.
She got her hair cut.
Yes.
It's not sister wife
It's not
long
that
anymore.
sister wife coif.
And y'all, when she puts, especially when she puts her hair up in a ponytail, I think she's going to be the prettiest one.
Someone, I don't know who it was. I don't think it was Moriah, because some friend said, let's do your makeup and let me actually teach you how to do like normal fresh face makeup.
Yes.
That's what she was wearing.
She looked great because, Moriah wants to make a statement. So she wears like really red lipstick, and she draws the lipstick over her top lips and like
heavy eyeliner.
Like, honestly, I'm fine with Moriah's heavy eyeliner and all that, but I just wish she would just wear lip gloss with it instead of like dark red lipstick.
It's a lot past 18.
Also, she wears, which most girls do. Y'all, I'm telling you now, young girls, don't wear a lot of foundation. You don't need foundation. If you have zits, just work on clearing your skin up the best that you can.
Oh.
Use concealer and then put a light powder or a BB cream over it.
I grew up with girls who shellacked their faces with foundation.
I grew up with this too. Yeah. For sure. Shellac. That's a good word for it. So, y'all could not be prouder than Lydia. She's kind of...
I'm so happy.
She's lost that baby fat in her cheeks. She just looks like, how lovely to be a woman.
Now I'm thinking about Aunt Margaret.
What, did she die?
No.
Oh, God, Aunt Margaret, don't die.
No,
we can't kill her.
No.
Oh,
Sorry,
I love Aunt Margaret.
Like me. So, don't say that.
If Aunt Margaret dies this week,
we killed Jackie Mason. I take responsibility for that.
We killed Jackie Mason. We killed KD Lang. No, not
KD.
Oh, God. No, KT Osland.
KT Osland.
We killed someone else, too. Cicely Tyson.
Yeah.
I think we killed her. Y'all, every time we mention someone, they die like a week later.
So, y'all, anyway, Mother Plath is saying, I miss Ethan, and you basically couldn't pry them onto our property. She's playing the victim. And Daddy Plath's got his football jersey on, number 53.
Number 53. I'm shocked. Nobody in my family could fit in their high school jersey when they were 53.
That's true.
Good for him. Your dad couldn't, but he's obsessed. He's obsessed with his weight.
Y'all, if you wonder about some issues that I have with food...
Didn't come from Mama.
No, it came from Dada.
Yeah.
It came from Papa Poodle.
Yeah, it did. Mm-hmm. Father Poodle.
He'll say things like, gotta stop. I'm going to eat some more bread. It's making me fat. And my father has no fat.
None.
On him.
He's built just like your brother.
Yeah.
Who they can't gain weight if they tried.
My brother's gaining a little around the middle now. But it's
infuriating to you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awful. And my brother's diet is terrible.
Like, if you or I ate that, we'd be just...
No, I'd be dead. Or no, I would be like, my skin would be gross. Yep.
Anyway, so Moriah says, it's hard not to pick a side, but I'm not. I still want to have this relationship with everyone. And so Max, meanwhile, gets Lydia all on. He's like, Lydia, I need your help. And he's like, what? And he's like, I love her. She's the one I want to be with. And Lydia's like, oh, love. Prayers work. And so Max, he says, I'm keeping Kim and Barry out of this. I don't want pressure from them, which I think is going to come back to bite him.
Yep.
He says, I just want to know her ring size. And Lydia's like, okay.
How am I going to do that?
I can do this. You can do this, Lydia.
I do feel like it's
You're going to fail, Lydia. No, I'm not. You're going to fail miserably, Lydia. No, stop it, bad Lydia. Stop it. I can do this. Pretty bird.
She does have a bad, Jan Brady.
She is Jan Brady. And y'all, bad Lydia is going to come out again.
I hope. Did you know that Max is talking to her? Did you hear Mother Plath say, when I see Max and Moriah together, I knew my instinct was right.
Yes.
That they really did. I'm like, I really want to smack.
They were more than friends.
I want to smack those teeth in your mouth that are all so fucked up straight.
Yeah, yeah, your instinct wasn't right. You were trolling them on Instagram and getting your friends' mothers to look on Instagram and fucking tell you what happened.
She was trolling
That was trolling her on Instagram. Oh, she's so gross.
She's awful, guys. She's so awful.
Cut to, it's dinner time.
We're having our Caribbean seafood stew.
Lydia is not a 007 by any means.
No.
Y'all, she's just sitting there and thinks, because she thinks, well, I never wear a pinky ring. And I
never wear two rings.
I know that if I'm wearing 2 rings, surely Moriah's going to see it and ask me about it. Y'all, worst plan ever. So she's just sitting there.
And Micah's like, I guess I'm going to have to get this plan into action. Saying,
Michael's like, look, I've fucked some women now. I know how to get shit done.
I fucked 3 models last weekend.
Yeah, I've been in an orgy. Let's do this.
With guys.
I don't think so, Poodle.
Don't ruin this for me.
Anyway, he basically says, oh, what ring you got there? I have to say, Micah brilliantly talks about the ring. Then the ring becomes part of the conversation.
Then everyone's trying it on.
Everyone's
blah,
talking
blah, blah.
about the ring.
And Mother Plath goes...
Even Mother Plath says...
I've got a smaller one. We can try that one on.
Because it doesn't fit Moriah's ring. They bring out Grandma whatever's ring.
Grandma...
Cantankerous. And then Moriah tries it on.
And it fits like a glove.
And Lydia goes, oh, boy, I didn't think I could do this. I knew you couldn't. I could. I knew you couldn't. Shut up.
I need to go in my prayer closet.
Prayer closet.
Y'all, she's in the prayer closet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, I wish I would have had a prayer closet.
Oh.
I kind of did. I had this area that my mother put her Tupperware in, but I could climb to the top of it.
Oh.
And I had laid out carpet there, and it was my little clubhouse. And I put stuff on the walls.
How much Tupperware did your mother have?
It's a lot of Tupperware.
Yo.
Lot of Tupperware.
I had something that was behind the front door. It was a little place where I would have tea. I did get it. How the fuck did my parents give me a tea set?
That is weird.
You know what? My aunt from California brought it for me.
Yep, she knew.
She knew. Aunt Shirley knew.
Got ourselves a little queen here.
She knew.
But no, I had this little area, and I would clean up, and I would climb up to it, and I would dream. I would have my little pretend well for boys.
Yeah, and dream of dreams, and dreams of you were able to wear long dresses and Victorian corsets.
Ooh, drawing rooms. Yes.
Fainting couches.
Yes, all of it. How I could be...
and your life,
Elizabeth Bennet.
Your life was just underscored by classical music always.
Yes.
Yeah.
All young gay boys need those places.
We do. We all need those places.
We need those little closets, metaphorically and literally.
So, anyway, y'all, they...
get your gay boy a closet.
Lydia's basically in the closet just praying that she can see Ethan and Olivia and that it works out. And she's asking for God's will.
If it be your will that I could see Ethan. I started crying during this scene.
She looked gorgeous.
But it's just
with
this...
the backlight.
She's so heartfelt.
Oh, she is.
And I love Lydia. I love this
her
show.
too.
I'm so glad it's back.
the thing is, all the kids are good kids. It's the parents that are pieces of shit.
Garbage. Yeah.
So, y'all, now Ethan is spending time with Micah. They're out on the back porch.
Yeah.
They
are.
This show's gone on long enough, Poodle. This is what happened. Your trick didn't show up last night. And you need to get the fuck machine out of your closet. And
I broke it.
Well, fix the chain and put some oil in it. Because you need that thing to work. So anyway, y'all, they're sitting on the back porch.
It's not under warranty anymore.
And Micah says, well, let's work out. So they're doing push-ups.
Jump squats. Did you see Ethan's ass?
He does have a nice ass.
It's ridiculous.
He does have Micah does. They both have nice butts. And so...
most homoerotic show on television.
And then they start running around in a field.
Chasing one another. And they're so fast and cat-like.
Ethan's barefoot, too.
I forget
You used to run out barefoot like that, didn't you?
Yes.
You just walk in the woods barefoot?
I forget how fast young men are. It's such a strange thing to say.
You talk it out.
Ethan is so fast.
Yeah. And then what does that make you think of?
Him pummeling me.
Jackrabbiting
me.
Yeah, there we are.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Or when he moved in to kiss me, when he decided to ravish me, how quickly it would come. No, but they're so fast. Next time we do this show, you need to have sex the night before. I realize that now.
I don't think it's going to get any better.
Yikes. I apologize for my conduct.
So, y'all, they're nothing happens. They're just chasing.
I wrote down, I'm turned on.
Wow. But they are trying to spend time with one another because Ethan and them are going to be moving.
Yeah.
And so there's a little bit, not really much. Basically, y'all, we talked about this online. Moriah got a tattoo. She got her black heart tattoo.
Heart. Oh, of course she did.
She got a black. And Lydia is like, I guess doing
she's
like
interviewing her.
Probably did like
for
an
Instagram
YouTube live with her. And so and Lydia says, my parents' stance, before Lydia couldn't be around her. And she says, my parents' stance has not changed, but the circumstances have changed. They trust me. I'm older.
Yeah.
Because she's 17 now.
I think she's probably 17, yeah.
Yeah, so she's only 17.
Y'all, she's going to hit her strawberry wine phase soon.
She is.
Hopefully she can get away from those fucking parents.
I'm calling it now. Season 5, Lydia goes out on her own.
Oh, God, I pray.
It's going to be
great. I'm going to go into my own prayer closet.
So,
prayers for Lydia.
Y'all, and the way this episode ends, oh, my God. Lydia's looking for a new job. And she said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the job because
I'm not sure, though.
My 2 older siblings have already worked there, but I don't know.
You're never going to get the job.
Never. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. And so, anyway, she pulls up, and she walked, and there's this old man
named Jack.
Jack with no hair on his head, but he's dyed all of that remaining hair to an inch of his life.
I enjoyed that,
and I
too.
thought, good for you, Jack. I would do the same thing, too. So they walk in there, and she walks in, and she's like, and he said, I think you know somebody, and it's Ethan. She's applying a job, and the rest of the season, she's going to be working at the auto body shop
and
with
seeing
Ethan.
Him.
I'm
so happy.
This show is wonderful. There's something about this show that reminds me kind of like Pig Royalty, where there are just real people trying to do, not all of them, but most of them are trying to do the best they can with what they've been given. And that's so aspirational to me and beautiful, and I love this show.
I think this show is truly what is the best of TLC's docuseries intentions.
Docuseries, y'all, yeah.
Because it takes a point of view that is, these people are strange, and then you start to identify with, oh, I understand that because that's like me.
Yeah, exactly.
And we all know people who are little, kind of extremely religious, like the Plaths. Mm-hmm. And then you start to identify with all the Plath kids.
Yeah.
And I think when we first decided to cover this, there was some talk in our Sissy Squad, but I watched like one episode or two episodes, and I'm like, I'm hooked.
Yeah, we both immediately loved it. It was like Pig Royalty. We immediately were just... Unlike, I like that we're finishing this show and we're about to cover that latest episode of Darcy and Stacey, which could not be more different, but could not be
glorious.
Just as y'all, if you're not watching Darcy and Stacey this season, it is good TV.
There's so much crying through Botox.
It is. I love
crying
that show.
Through fillers.
It on the different end of the spectrum. We love it.
Yes.
So y'all go to realitygazepodcast.com. Now look, if you listen to this show on the free feed, we're so happy. If you enjoyed it, you're going to need to subscribe to the $8 tier for Patreon or Supercast, whichever you may choose. The links are in the show notes, so you can click on there because the rest of the episodes will be on that tier. And for our patrons and our super sissies, we appreciate y'all so much. Again, we've got an email back from Supercast. They are all of our super sissies should be getting every show now.
We fixed
They are still looking into it though.
To make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yeah. So if you have any problems, please reach out to us, and we will try to get that handled as quickly as possible. All right, everybody. I don't
can't remember our sign off
is for this.
We need to write these down.
Can someone like last time let us know in the comments what our sign off was for? Like,
not know
maybe
what it
we
is.
Didn't have one. Maybe it was something Moriah. I don't remember. But y'all, so
I don't know what it is.
Go out there, live your truth, and if you need to get laid before you watch Plathville, let us know. I don't know. Y'all, we'll see you next time.
If you're going to watch Plathville, you need to jerk it beforehand. Or ladies, get the fuck machine going.
Bye, y'all.